Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me, man. Series 4, Draft Champion, still grinding, man. I'm going to take you through some gameplay. First part of this video is going to be some gameplay that I just talk over. Just a real brief summary. It's Game 5, so it's a really good opponent. This dude's got 7 Super Bowls, so I just want to kind of show you how the game unfolds and how I'm using these defensive schemes and offensive jets plays in-game. And then the second part of this video, I'm going to record live, put the face cam on live, and talk you through it as I play the game. Did a custom Lions book for one of my Patreon members. Thank you so much to all the new patrons. Got a lot of support on there lately. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the growth of this channel, man. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Tips and tricks all year round. But the second part of this video, I'm going to walk you through the live gameplay and give you a few money plays that I found out of that Lions playbook. It's also in the Jets playbook. Gun doubles, halfback weak, really good formations, kind of away from the meta, the trips, the split close, the bunch stuff. So give you something unique on the offensive side of the ball to help your Madden game. Let me know what you think below, and I appreciate you watching.
So he's starting the game with the ball. I'm just sending the 1-4-6 at him early to make sure he can beat it. He is having success with the 5 wide scheme, but let's take a look at this, man. I had the safety at the linebacker position manned up on that guy, and he had an in route and smart routed it, and because of the timing of the throw, he's obviously labbed it. My guy didn't even stand a chance. He actually continued running backwards even after the guy cut in on his in route, so that was pretty bad. It's Xavier Woods. He's like an 85 overall, I think. He doesn't have the best man defense, so that's probably why, but he also probably knows I'm not putting my best safety at the linebacker position. So something he just knew how to extort what I was doing on defense. So as we go through this, I'm adjusting, trying to find a way to stop him because he was driving the ball early. So we start playing some zone. He notices I'm not playing hard flat, so he puts that little hitch route on the right, not even the hitch, the little screen route with the R2 button on the right side of the field. Nothing doing there. 3rd and 10. I'm going back to the coverage because he's beating the all-out version. I man up to 2 guys on the left there. I think I put this guy just in a vert because I knew he got toasted on the man, so I wasn't going to waste him in man again. And I think I tried to get back to the middle linebacker, but I got stuck on Woods. He hiked the ball here, or maybe I guess I had time to switch, so I was probably trying to use that because that's where all his success was at that bunch side. So I figured I'd use it over there and try to bait him into something silly. So as you see there, man, this dude's got 7 Super Bowls, and he still struggles to beat that 1-4-6. So mix that in. Eventually they will, if they're a good opponent, will find holes in it. And he actually, like most people do, is sending the 1-4-6 at me as well, so you can kind of see how I'm beating it. And this is the Jets Singleback ace close formation that I gave you in the last video. Really good formation, guys. Whip route that. This is the TE seam play. Whip route that square route. Do what you want with circle and X. I just motion circle here to kind of take the user's attention, which worked. You saw there, left triangle wide open, and I didn't even sub in Cook. Usually you want to sub in your best tight end on that left spot, but that was just a stock draft tight end, 75 speed, I believe. So, and just because it was so open and I racked it perfect, I still got a big gainer with that bump. So really good formation. This is the halfback weak out of that formation, works really well. You see the motion I use there to get the lead blocker, also ties in great with the pass scheme out of this formation. So think about trips, obviously. Love the RPO out of there. The stretch RPO out of there works well. And then obviously the Jets also have the split close. I think it's called split slot in the Jets formation. Really good run play out of there, the inside split. And then I go to the slants here, put square on a smart routed in route, have them wide open here after the rollout, just misread it, and I do have to settle for 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of speed up the rest. See square route open here. I'm going to speed up the rest of this video, and then stay tuned or skip to the end of this video to give you the live gameplay. I'll put the face cam on the mic and talk you through and give you every adjustment offensively and defensively as I play the game. Feel free to skip ahead, but I do want to do that live so you know how I'm thinking. I get a lot of DMs asking for actual thinking instead of just setups, so I will walk through that at the end of this video, so enjoy it. Alright, so here's the new game, boys. The face cam actually got messed up, so I'll just kind of talk you through this one as well. Getting my big nickel over G setup here, the dime 146 setup. Just keep in mind, dime 146, you always don't have the best down linemen, so make sure your best pass rushers are at those two outside defensive end positions. Put your fastest corners on the edges there. I like to put the worst cornerback on the right side there, because I usually leave him rushing, and then try to put like a fast safety that you can use at one of the linebacker positions, so you can have someone nice and quick to lurk over the middle. But this guy actually, right off the rip, he makes it clear that he is going to stay committed to the run. So I'll kind of speed this up. This is the 3-4 odd I put on my Twitter. It's also in the last video in the beginning. 3-4 odd setup. I didn't get it all the way set up there. Here it is again. Usually that linebacker or that safety makes the play, as I stated in the last video, like you saw there. He did get 1 yard, but that's usually what you can hold him to, about 1. Right there again, it stops it. Usually can hold him about 1 to 2 yards on the run. This is the nickel Overstorm Brave setup that I like to use to stop the run, because it doesn't sell out against the pass either. You saw him stop it stops the bubble screen too, which is nice, which is rare for all-out blitzes like that. It's usually that bubble screen is actually real good against the 3-4 odd, so it's nice that the nickel Overstorm Brave does stop that. So we do hold him on the first drive there. This guy's really good. This ends up being a really good game. To go back to the nickel Overstorm Brave here, he does get me up the middle. I should have used the safety there. If you don't have any real passing threats with that setup, I would use one of the safeties and bring him down. So just quick break in the action here to give you the nickel normal setup for stopping the run. That does a good job at stopping the pass as well. Nickel Overstorm Brave here. It's in the normal. Works best out of the normal, but it also, same play is in the nickel 2-4-5. So personnel adjustments I like to make is I like to put a safety here, just because it gives you better block shed, and depending on what your personnel is, if you have a really good linebackers, fast linebackers, you can leave them both here, but I like to put a safety here as well and just use them, and then have your best block shedding lineman here with the best play recognition. But just the nickel normal Overstorm Brave, and I'll just show it to you here real quick against a random run. And then the Jets concepts, the Jets offenses in the last video, I'll put a link here on the screen that you can click. I didn't show you the 2 money plays out of the Lions playbook just because they weren't. This second game I got the Dolphins playbook, and they weren't in the Dolphins playbook, so I'm gonna have to do a separate video on those money plays. But this is the same setup as like the 3-4 odd, just baseline press, pinch both the line, crash them down, and the linebackers, and then QB contain. And the only thing here is if there's any threat of the run, I put him in a blue, and then usually the weak side linebacker, and kind of take a step back here, kind of loop around if you have a stretch or a outside threat, and then loop down if he's going up the middle. But right here, something like this, and this is what I was saying in the last video, if it's a straight up power formation, I let both linebackers blitz on their own, and then I kind of bring the safety down since you don't have a huge threat here, and I just back him up a little bit just to be safe, and then user this linebacker. So that's just a quick rundown, so you don't have to go search for this setup, but you see how effective it's working. And I completely messed the user up there, but you do have to watch the running back and just follow the running back with that safety, and I would have had a wide open shot at him. So one more time, baseline press, pinch the D-line, crash him down, pinch those linebackers, and QB contain. Here I would throw him in a blue and just use this weak side linebacker, take about a step back, just get ready to shoot the gap. You get really quick sheds with this defense. Right there, you see it worked again to stop the run. So he's committed the run, so I mean this is pretty redundant. I'm just going back to my Overstorm Brave setup. Does great against the bubble screen. It does great against a lot of different passes. So we hold him again there. He's just spamming the 146 against me, so I try to run it. I'm getting pretty frustrated. He stopped me on the first drive completely. I didn't even show it because he was just sending the heat and I was unprepared for it. But right here, go to the split close, max protect, and just put Hardman there on a simple whip route, and it beats that man defense if he's not going to user it. So we take it to the house there, and it is 7-3. He's still committed to the run. Because anytime he comes out in a 3 wide, I do go to the dime 146. He doesn't like playing against that apparently, so he's going to stay committed to the run. But he's baffled right now because I do have a very good scheme to stop the run. So if you're not using the nickel over Storm Brave or that Storm Brave 1, definitely mix it into your scheme, because I mean, he gets me occasionally to the outside if I mess up the user, but 9 times out of 10 it does a great job. And the 4-3 over cover 4 still works good for me too. Just spread the line, spread the linebackers, and change those purples into clouds, bring the safeties down and outside, and just use one of the linebackers inside. But you kind of get the idea of what we're both running here. It just turns into a little chess match. I'm going to speed it up. I did mess up some of the third quarter, but I got all of the fourth quarter, and this game goes into overtime as well. So it turns out to be a really good game. This guy's really high ranked. I thought I had no chance really because I couldn't move the ball in the beginning of this game, but I figured it out. We grind it out, and you'll see how the ending turns out. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see a more in-depth video for that Jets offense, and then also I'd love to give you guys those money plays out of the doubles halfback week. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching, and enjoy the rest of your Madden season.